All right, guys, we're at the Pueblo show right now, and look at all of this Moldavite. It is just beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love looking through all of these pieces. It's all by the gram. Oh man, there's so many really cool pieces in here. Oh, maybe I should get some of these and wire wrap them and make some pendants. How often do you get to see that much Moldavite at once? And it's up here too. Like, it's a huge, huge tray of Moldavite. So what is Moldavite anyway? Moldavite is an impactite, also known as a tektite or impact glass. So it's a natural glass that's formed during a meteorite impact. So a meteorite impacted in Germany, creating this 15-mile wide crater known as the Ries crater. And people actually live in this crater. There's like a little village in there. I was blown away when I found that out. I was like, oh my gosh, how cool would that be to be like, yeah, I live in a meteorite crater. I would love that. So anyway, it formed this Ries crater in Germany, and it blasted this tektite, all this luminous green impact glass, about 200 to 400 kilometers away into Czech Republic. So Moldavite is only found in Czech Republic, and it formed about 14.5 million years ago. And prices on tektites can fluctuate quite a bit. Like Moldavite, for example, it shot up in price sometime around 2020. It got really popular. It just blew up in popularity. Everyone found out about it, even though it had been available for years. We've been buying it. And all of a sudden, the price skyrocketed about 10 times its original price, just to give you an idea. So Moldavite is going to be pricey. When you see genuine, real, authentic Moldavite, it's going to be pricey. So just expect that if you ever see it out and about. And watch out for the fake Moldavite. There's a lot of fake Moldavite that came out onto the market, especially when the price of Moldavite skyrocketed, and they will be charging much cheaper prices. So that's the first clue that it's a fake Moldavite is, well, aside from the appearance of it, it's usually going to look glassier, they're going to be more uniform shapes, and it's going to be a cheap price. So there's not really any cheap Moldavite left on the market. It's going to have gone up in price. And often the color is a little bit too bright or too green. It's just not going to have that natural look that real Moldavite has. So just wanted to give you a quick tip on that. Watch out for those fakes out there. All right, guys, we are at the Pueblo Gem Show. It's opening day, so everyone is officially open, and we can't wait to see what we find today. So we're going to take you around with us. We're looking for mineral specimens, but we'll see what else we can find as we're cruising through everyone's rooms. So at the Pueblo Show, there's booths and tents outside here in their courtyard, and then also the hotel rooms. And we're gonna check everyone's room out, the entire courtyard, and see what we can find. Each room in the hotel, if you haven't been to this show yet, this is open to the public, and they do wholesale as well.
Yeah, so some are wholesale only, like this one is wholesale only. Let's go all the way down to the end and see if they have the crystal bowls.
Oh, meteorites, meteorites.
Meteorites, yeah.
If you're just getting into meteorites, one thing that you might want to think about is a good meteorite book. This is a new book that's out that's technically written, it says for kids, but I'm telling you it's great for everybody because it goes through the 50 states. It talks about the meteorites in the 50 states. It talks about the types of meteorites and everything. And this is another book that's really good for someone starting out. I would recommend these books just because they're great. You know, there's three main groups: stones, irons, stony irons. Buzzard coulee, that's a stone. You got gold basin, that's a stone. That's your main group of meteorites. So the planet's a big round thing, and the core is iron, and then the mantle, that's where your pretty ones come from, and then that big huge stone layer, that's 85% of all meteorites. Your irons would be these guys here, that the shiny etched piece, and then you get over here to the pallasites. These guys are about 1.5%, but like the slice over here is spectacular.
Oh yeah, you can see those olivine windows.
That's called
incredible.
olivinoid because it's actually its own crystal name for it. It is actually peridot from another planet. So these guys are the most pricey typically, and they are most rare. So most people usually buy one of each first, then decide what they like, because once you do that, you have to decide, do I want individuals? Those are individual irons.
Here's some that are etched.
Yeah, okay, that's the others, so that's cut open. The little end cuts like that are nice because you can see the outside and the inside. So, I mean, once you decide what flavor you like, now you've got to decide, do I want individuals, do I want slices, do I want end cuts, do I want a piece of each? It's an octahedral structure in an iron meteorite, so the crystal size varies based upon how long it had to cool in space before it got sucked into our gravity and landed on the planet. This, like Dronino, You see the one in the back that's polished? Typically everybody polishes it. It's called an ataxite. It's high in nickel, so it doesn't etch. But we etch some of those and we think they look pretty cool.
I've never seen those. So
Yeah.
those are from Russia
Okay.
too? Okay.
Yep.
This is what Christine first started collecting, the Gibeon
Yeah.
Yeah.
from Namibia.
Well, we've been cutting, doing it all since 2008 was when we got our first saw, I believe. Yeah, it was 2008. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Is it
He's
one of-
been hunting meteorites since like 1990. Then he and I got together in 2007, and then it became Keith and Dana, KD Meteorites.
I see.
Oh wow, okay. Oh, that must be really exciting going out in the field and actually getting to find your
It's
own
way
meteorites.
more exciting than standing in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually quite addicting.
This is the Admire from Kansas, so he found this one.
That
All of
must
the
be-
Admire slices, all the Admire in the room is stuff that we've found, and
Really?
then he cuts, polishes, stabilizes, turns them into nuggets. These are little Admire nuggets right down in there.
Oh, whoa.
Kind of what they look like in outer space, as is this one, because there's no oxygen, so you have no rust.
I haven't seen a palisite that size in the rough.
That's a meteorite that I have run through a process to remove all of the oxidation that occurred on it once it hit our planet. That's what it looks like floating around out in space. Once it starts weathering and, you know, rusting, it starts to take on that patina down there. That is a stony iron meteorite, just like that one, but that one has not been cleaned or polished, or, you know, it's still in its original state of digging it out of the ground. So you can
That's
see the green
amazing.
crystals poking out on the other side. This is kind of an iron, more metallic.
Oh, that's a Simpson.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can see all the, flip it around, you can see the crystals. See, there's a pocket of green crystals poking out there.
Wow.
It's got such a neat texture.
Yeah.
I mean, I like them anyway, whether they're cleaned or raw like that or sliced. They're amazing.
So I have a bandsaw. I have circular, you know, lapidary saws that run big blades, you know, and spin in a circle
Uh-huh.
for a certain type cutting. I have a trim saw where, you know, I actually push it through by hand. You know, I mean, there's a lot of different techniques of, you have, whatever type of meteorite you're dealing with, you have to use that saw with this blade, and no, there's no, you know, book written on, you know, cutting meteorites for dummies, you know. You have to figure it out yourself.
Expensive tuition, huh?
Yeah.
The most famous meteorite impact site. Yeah, it's in Arizona. It's probably what it looks like right now too, covered in snow.
Yeah. Oh, it was incredible. That thing had antlers on it. I mean, it had horns coming off of it that were long. I mean, we may have some better pictures of it, but we called it the wish stone.
That would be something incredible to find a 40-pound.
You know, when I was digging it up, I got a signal with my detector, and it was a big bush, and the signal was off to the side of the bush, you know, and so I was like, you know, so I started digging. Well, what I was doing was digging on the end of one of the legs, and I didn't realize how big the thing was. And so when I stood up, and I'm like, my gosh, because I was tugging on it, it wouldn't come out of the ground. So I stood up, and I'm like, how big is this signal? So I started going around. I'm like, holy moly, because of, you know, its legs. It's spread out this far and this high. I thought it was going to be 300 pounds because I thought it was all solid iron, but it wasn't. It turns out as I finally got it out of the ground that, oh my gosh, this thing's like, you know, it's like some alien thing.
Yeah, like a
This isn't a
sculpture.
meteorite. What the hell is this thing?
I'd
Well-
love to go hunting for meteorites one day.
let's-
Look at their living desert glass down here. Look
Oh,
at
so
that
you've
piece
cut
right
some
there.
slices too of that. Did you cut this too?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh wow, look at
that's
that.
super clear there. Oh, can you hold it up in the sun here? Get a shot looking through it. There we are.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love living desert glass.
People, you know, for where this is found, they made all kinds of things. They found this in the tombs, the pyramids, the tombs. You know, this glass was used for a lot, and it was used as, you know, napping spear points, arrowheads. I guess you know, the high quality is the stuff that's the clearest, and I'm like, I don't know, you know, that isn't, to me, I don't like the ones with a little color in them, but
Yeah, it's got a nice variation, like almost like color zoning
Right.
happening in it.
what I like is with the sand has ablated the glass and just made it so smooth.
Did you see the Imelec that's lighted back here and the Eskel?
Show me.
Eskel, look at those huge olivine crystals in there.
Look down here. Metal.
So these are Gibeons from Namibia.
These are Gibeons.
Did you see the Imelec up here too?
And then over here,
Gibeons.
this is my new favorite.
Sikhodolin.
1947 Russian one. But then over here, so this is,
Stella Blue Management.
they're from here in kind of Tucson.
And then the slices. So they have the thick slices and then it goes progressively thinner. And then look at these. Oh, look how pretty. So Gibeon meteorites are a fine octahedrite.
Yeah.
So you can see those crystals in there. The crystals that you're seeing are kamacite and taenite. We're home with a Moldavite. Look at this. It's
Hedgehog.
huge. Hedgehog
Show me a
Moldavite.
hedgehog. That does look like a hedgehog.
Oh,
right
look
there,
at that one. I love that one because it's got like a crater. Look at these pieces, you guys. And look how big these are. This is the biggest one right here.
Whoa. Nice.
Look at that. And the crater, can you see the crater?
Mm-hmm.
It's right there. It's like this little perfectly circular crater in it. Here, let me try to light that up. Look at that. Oh man, it's so cool. This piece is really cool because it's got a lot of depth to it. So the flowering of it, or the hedgehog, whatever you want to call it, it's very, very pronounced. Let me see, this one is 16.8 grams. Oh, the biggest one we have was the 22 gram piece. That one was the one with the crater. So this one is a really interesting teardrop shape. And it's quite a long piece. But that would be a really cool pendant or something, not like a really, really cool statement piece. So that one is 16.7 grams. Yeah, these are all big pieces. This is a smaller one here. This one is 8.7 grams. That one's another really cool one. I would love to make that one into a pendant. I'm actually not making a pendant out of any of these because these are going to be for other customers, for them to do with as they wish. I've never showed angel chime Moldavite before, but I do have two pieces of those. And what's different about the angel chimes is, I mean, that's like the nickname that they call them, right? But it's the sound that they make together. Most Moldavite will make more of a dull sound when they're clicked together. But these have like a higher pitched tone to it. We kind of just let them clink together. This is a nice hedgehog though. It's really pretty. Very lightweight too, so it would make a nice pendant if you wanted to wire out the top. And these are much lighter too, like that's only 3.2 grams. This one here, I think the other one might be like a 4 or, yep, 4.2. That one might be a little close with the light.
Yeah, it looks good. They come alive when you put the light behind them. This one does look like an actual hedgehog.
I like that one with the crater. Moldavite has gone up in price.
Skyrocketed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like gone 10 times the price compared to a few years ago. Was that 2019 or 2020 that it shot up like 10 times in price or something?
Yeah, it's been a couple
something
years
like
now,
that.
at least.
Yeah, but I've always loved tektites. Tektites, meteorites, but I'm finally getting more into being able to purchase meteorites. I wasn't really able to collect them before. I don't know, when we were out in Maui, I wasn't able to like see very many.
Yeah, so this here, I mean, you could have a meteorite for just $6, and this is Gibeons.
They're not on the market, the whole individuals, as much anymore because they're not allowed to be exported out of Namibia anymore.
That's right.
That's a
Christine,
ban.
did you mention that you were fortunate enough to come across old stock on this too?
Yeah, this is all old stock from the mid-90s. For example, the prices on the Gibeons start at $3.
Oh, is there a $3
Yeah,
piece?
at the very top.
Small
I have
one.
them all organized by price, and so by size. It's by weight. Meteorites are typically priced by weight. So starting from $3, and then these are like $5 to $16, getting a little bit bigger here, but still, you know, fairly small, you know, but you're able to get a cool piece of space, you know. This is the next size. These Percubox, the collector boxes. Oh wait, I have some Gibeons in a different one. We have Darwin glass in here. Oh, there's a few pieces of Libyan desert glass. These are australites. How these formed, the australites, is because they were ejected so high into space, basically suborbital heights. And so what you're looking at, why they're so small and rounder compared to other tektites that are more pitted, sometimes more angular, the australites are basically the core of the tektite. Oh, with the Moldavite, I totally forgot to show you guys the smaller ones too. We do have smaller sizes. So like this one is 4 carats, $32. I'm not doing a live sale right now. I just wanted to share like some like recent finds that we have. But yeah, the Moldavite, I just really like tektites. I just always have. I love Moldavite. Libyan desert glass is my other favorite. But there is a small piece of Moldavite. I love these. I just love tektites so much. They got all kinds of different shapes. But anyway, that is what we have been up to, just gathering all the different sizes and getting everything organized.
You've been working hard, getting all these put in their individual boxes, labeled.
I didn't even mention, like I always have the information, the weight on the back with the price and the information. I like to have the information about the piece so that way our customers know what they are and the story behind the piece. That's really an important part of stones.
Yeah, and for gifts, that's a huge thing. You peel the price tag off and hand it, and it's got a story right there.
And we do have other types of meteorites too that I haven't ever shown, like Gebel Kamil. That one is from the Sahara. Oh, the lunars. I'll just show one of these real quick. Look at this. It's almost like a little heart-shaped lunar. Look at that. It's like a little heart-shaped, almost heart-shaped lunar meteorite. Can you believe that is a piece of the moon? Isn't that crazy? But yes, love meteorites. Meteorite nerd, tektite nerd. I know, it's very hard to let go of stuff. There's so many cool things out there, so many cool treasures. This one is another one of the collector's box flats here, and that one I did with all of the Gibeons. What's one of your favorite shapes that you see in here that you would want to share?
I like that. Oh,
like
actually, this arrowhead looking one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how that happened.
Oops.
It's like a point. It's like formed to a point.
This one has a very cool shape to it, almost like an arrowhead sort of shape. In this flat, I have, this one is not totally full here, so I'm still filling up some of the boxes there. I've got some nice sapphirdites in here. These are the nice, pretty flawless ones. I do have a box of other ones too. And then more Gibeons. So this whole front section here is all more Gibeon. And this one is super cool here. Oh my gosh, this round one. Because you normally don't see that shape. Oops, let me pop this open. Look at that. Perfect little boulder-shaped Gibeon. I love that little round one. How much is that one? I don't even know. What is the grams on this? 15.3, 76. So that's the big Gibeon that I showed in the vlog before, and it's hard to tell the size of it, but it's a big one. It's 1,742 grams. It's quite heavy because it's a pure iron meteorite. But yeah, that's the big one that I showed before, and I didn't show any of these smaller ones before, so I just wanted to share those two since we had gotten questions about did we have any more, did we have any different sizes, and also how many of the Gibeons we have. This is all of my small ones here, and these are in the 1 1/8 inch gem jars. So if you ask me about the gem jars or Gibeon meteorites in the gem jars, that's the size of those guys. 1 1/8 inch. And then these are the collector's boxes. And they're all different shapes, and I know it's really hard to see all the different shapes. But eventually I will get these onto the website. Or I will do a live show. And that way they can be seen on video, which sometimes makes it much easier trying to shop. And I don't know if it would be better on Instagram or on YouTube doing a live. And then in this flat here, we have the next size up of the Gibeons. And so these fit into the cotton boxes. So those guys are a little bit bigger, a little heavier. There's some cool pieces in here. Like that one's got a cool Regman clip right there. That one's a really unusual one there too. Yeah, every single one is different. And then you got some rougher, kind of rough ones there. This gibbon is the largest one of this box. But yeah, meteorites come in so many unusual shapes, especially irons. They just have a really unique look to them. So these are all the gibbons from Namibia. And then these 4 here are the Mundrabilla from Australia. But yeah, that is all of my gibbons. These meteorite necklaces here, they're meteorite beads, chondrite meteorite beads. They are from the Sahara Desert, which they have amazing meteorites coming out of there too, because it's a desert, so they're really well preserved. I love it. You can wear meteorites. I love it. And then look, Libyan desert glass, faceted Libyan desert glass beads. So this is already made into a necklace, but if you wanted to stretch your dollar of Libyan desert glass beads, you could cut it apart and make a bunch of different necklaces with a single strand of those. How about Australian boulder opal? Do I have any Australian boulder opal lovers out there? I love Australian opal. I mean, I love opal in general, but Australia just has some amazing opal. And then this is another one. This one is all about the pastels. Can you imagine this on a necklace? That would be like a giant statement piece. I love big jewelry too. I mean, I love dainty jewelry and big jewelry. This is Mexican leopard opal. Oh, I'm so happy that we found this because I was trying to find the direct supplier who was exporting it out of Mexico so I could get a better price on it, and we got it. So I'm super stoked on that because I love opal. And now I have a better price on these, so I'm very excited for that. And Mexican leopard opal, you hardly ever come across it. Like, I almost never see this stuff. It's very hard to get a hold of. But I got a few of the raw pieces here. But yeah, that's what the raw pieces look like. I don't know if it's gonna come up on camera, like the sparkles in it. Let's see, would that come up on camera? And then these are the Mexican leopard opal cabs. Will it catch on camera? Can you see that flash? There's an unusual one there too. I can't tell if that's coming up on camera because I'm kind of shooting blind here in the sun. It's hard to see. This rainbow fluorite's really cool too, but you gotta see it in the sunlight. I could be looking at stones forever, like hours. I literally spend hours looking at stones. Not in my room here, but when I'm out at the gym shows, I spend like 3 weeks straight looking at stones all day, every day from morning till night. Oh, you can see the fluorite rainbow a little bit better. That is my only piece of rainbow fluorite there. And it's a raw, rough piece, but I just love this piece because it has this gorgeous color zoning in there. All right, guys, I will let you go. I love you. Please take really good care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.